What's up, my sisters and what's up, my sisters and my peoples? My brethren, them. We over by Brainbridge Avenue, East 204th Street. A word of encouragement for all the people out here. Today we in Norway, Bronx. Today we headed over to Cope City. A lot of people want to see me in Cope City, so we headed to the last stop on the BX28. So we're gonna head over to the last stop on the BX28. So we're gonna be at Cope City. We're gonna reach there in about 8:30. So we're waiting for the BX28. So let's give it a little word of inspiration real quick before the bus comes. I tell people mental health is about being able to understand the preposition of where we come from in life. I think that in life we all go through levels and stages of our life that we have to build from what we go through and how we get through it. I tell people sometimes we just have to look back of what our lives are and focus on what our strengths and weaknesses are. I tell people that you can't hate a person by doing what you could do. You can't like I said. Let me say that one more time. You can't hate somebody. You gotta be able to discipline yourself and separate yourself from people because people are negative. So you gotta be able to understand how it is to separate yourself from that. I saw a guy with his daughter on the train, and I said to the guy, I said, your father, and you gotta understand, you try to feed your child, you try to be out there to survive for your kid, you feel me? So sometimes you gotta survive for your kid for order for you to get where you at. And it's like, when we go through levels of life, we gotta survive, And people don't understand what about the levels of survival is, you feel me? So it's like, your father, and you making bread, you feel me? You're doing what you're supposed to be doing to make money out there. The world is a lot of hatred in the world that people don't know mental health struggles, And I tell people sometimes we all have to get through life in a pattern, And then the principle is like the areas where we at, we just have to live by the cycles and your cycles of where you're going through and the patterns and principles of your lifestyle is, I just feel like in ability where we try things differently, we gotta level it out. And my mom was talking to me yesterday. She said, "Why you don't go out and do work? Because I see you in the Bronx and people like your videos and stuff." And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the Bronx or whatever like that." But at the end of the day, when I go to the Bronx, I'm like, I feel more, I get a lot of hits in the Bronx, And I want to thank all the people that support me. 1,860 subscribers on YouTube. Just want to thank you guys for all the love. As you see, yesterday I posted some new designs called Wellness. I have a design called Wellness, and I'm working on a wellness product. Wellness product is for the tour that we're gonna be booking in Washington, and their colors are blue. So I'm working on that other areas of that. So yeah. So Wellness is like a brand that I'm working on. So, and that's gonna be we got 3 minutes, and that's gonna be for the tour of what we're working with, So let's talk about a little bit more what we're working with. We learn about levels, we learn about stages of mental health. So we're gonna go. This is the area. This is Norway. Norway's culture is Muslims and Puerto Ricans, and it's mixed culture and mental health because a lot of people. Muslims is separated from Hispanics. So it's like you learn that every nation and every culture that we are in is mental health in that culture. And it affects people. And it affects the culture of people. And when we go through that situation, it's like we're going through that levels of our life that we have to build from what we are in and who we are from. And that's what it is. We can't go back and say, all right, I'm going to level up my life and I'm going to level up my stages. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to be a person that could understand the truth of feelings, But when I break away from negativity, I got to learn how to put myself in a position where we could feel and how we could relate and how we could recharge our life. And that's what it is. It's about acceptance and recharging our life. And that's what we're going to be doing. So I want you guys to enjoy my videos that we doing. Everybody said I follow you all over the place. I said, yeah, this is my job. I'm doing this for mental health. I'm doing this to YouTube. And I'm the bus driver Karen. You listening to me. I said you say you follow me around, right? So you gotta spread the word about subway surfing. You gotta spread the word about mental health. Because a lot of these young people, they subway surf and they have mental health issues. And you don't really look at it in that period. You don't look at it in a different way. Because a lot of people suffer with mental illness. And they don't know that they subway surfing on the trains. And they're following their friends and they don't leave themselves. And you talking about you follow me? You know, I tell people, I used to work in Brooklyn. I don't work there no more. I work in the Bronx now. So now people still follow me. So at the end of the day, I'm in the Bronx now. So you see the culture that we're in. You see the feelings that we are in and everything like that. So I'm in the boogie down Bronx where I'm getting a lot of hits around the Bronx. And a lot of things about it is, a lot of people don't realize that you spread the word to people and you spread the vision of people and you don't know the vision of yourself. And that's what it is. You're talking about you follow me, but you don't realize when you follow me in the areas where I work at, you see a lot of mental health in that area and you don't spread the awareness of it. And a lot of people think that people go on drugs and prostitution in life and they don't know how to get to the situation and how to rebuke some people that's trying to get to you. And that's the thing, you gotta know how to rebuke and learn how to move forward on yourself, because your life is about understanding the principles and your patterns too. And that's what it is. So with the BX though, we got 2 buses. There's 2 buses. So this bus is about to turn right now. So yeah, this bus is about to turn right now. 4 minutes. So we got 4 minutes left. So this bus is about to turn. We over by Norway. So we over by Norway, Bronx right now. Norway. We over by Norway. Yeah, it's good. Cause we was just now in Woodlawn, so now we in Norway. So yeah. So like I was saying, we gotta understand the levels of your life and understand what the culture is. So Bronx, we're gonna be over here. I'm telling you right now, the mental health conference will be in the Bronx. We're looking for an area, but the tickets will be starting to go on sale on the website. That'll be uploaded in October. So most of the events that we're gonna be doing is most likely at a warehouse or whatever. We're gonna be getting a warehouse space. So we're gonna host the event there. And like I said before, we're gonna be living it big. You feel me? So we're gonna be taking a tour around the areas, and living it big. And mental health is about living large and getting the word out and spreading the awareness of the word, and that's what it is. It's about the giving the word and the principle of patterns, So right here in Norway, Bronx, we over by Brainbridge Avenue, East 204th Street, and we're gonna be heading on the BX28, and I'm gonna be taking that to Corp City. Car said I'm gonna take you to the boogie down Bronx at Jamaicans them. I know you say the accent make you want to go to the bathroom. The accent make you want to go to the bathroom. So we're going to take you over to Corp City real quick, the last stop on the BX28. We're going to be over there for like a couple of minutes, and then we're going to be coming back on the 28th, and I'm going to take that home, so a little later. All right? So thank you guys for subscribing, and I hope that you subscribe on YouTube. If you have a TikTok account, I'll be uploading these videos on TikTok. So watch it and enjoy the videos then, because it's going to be inspirational for you. All right? Thank you. See you.